Oh!
Lucas.
Mathilda Lucas.
Ooh!
Oh, wait. Mathilda mid. Ooh.
Until the mid, get that catch for Escalera. So they're going double sustain for the Melissa.
Yeah.
Understandable. It's this is for Protect One. This is no longer a James Banks kind of team. This is a Shizo team now for APBR.
No, but theoretically, if they don't get a good early game for James Banks, doesn't that also harm the Melissa?
100%, yes. So they now ONIC can just go back to looking at the early game, which now the idea of a Brody seems to be really good for ONIC, or a Clint actually,
Ah, yeah.
which is what ONIC Indonesia used against Eman's Melissa, if I remember that correctly. No, it was Falcons actually. I think the Clint.
It's a Brody.
It's a Brody,
I mean,
yeah.
Clint Brody, those that can really kite.
I mean, Savera already played the Clint, so he probably said, okay, now, coach, I've already played the Clint. Let me, with the help of a good catch as well as the Matilda, you add more depth to the aggression that they can have in the early stages. I'm just really scared when ONIC can go for the counter engage through the Novari as well as this Kaja.
Yeah.
But at least for the first turtle, APBR does have the advantage.
Welcome to game number 1, folks. APBR and ONIC. Slancy with a support emblem set. Inspire. Going for Wilderness Blessing. Not wanting to pack what has been the usual pickup now for mid laners, just to pull yourself together.
And speaking of pull yourself together, that is Savero's choice. I think this is the first time that I'll see it in a marksman.
Yeah.
Particularly the gold lane, Savero. Yesterday the trend was bargain hunter,
Yep.
but now Savero's like, okay, pull yourself together. That's very interesting. I think he wants to really be aggressive and active in the early stages.
Yeah, I can imagine just him wanting to secure the laning phase at least for ONIC, and because I feel like eventually the team fights based on these two teams and their lineups would really favor APBR if it just gets so extended.
Yeah.
So maybe they'd want to have a bit more reliable source of repositioning and whatnot for Savero, since later on he'd be very crucial to last long in the fights.
We also have to watch out for the eventual spike in aggression coming in from ONIC. Once Savero has that Sky Piercer, and he starts getting stacks for that Brody. Not a lot of action just yet, big team fighting action, but JM Pigman has done a great job of stopping Kirk in the lane, has a huge advantage over him, and is going to hit level 4 first.
Unbreakable, not landing onto anyone. King Kong brings Escalera down very low though, and that's a few seconds before the first objective actually spawns.
Who is actually staying in here? They want to make sure that the Belleric will get his level 4. And that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Okay.
Helping Kirk a little bit. And that should be enough for Kirk to get the Wrath of the Dryad. Super Prince has his own ultimate. And what this configuration means for ONIC is that if they do secure this turtle, maybe get another kill, they will get Super Yoshi's ultimate.
That's a circling
Fancy.
eagle already.
Might have been a little bit too early, but Kirk is already level 4, as we pointed out. Be a big setup here for ONIC to get this turtle number 1.
And they know that the circling eagle is not going to be available. Escalera isn't level 4 just yet. They're gonna go for King Kong. King Kong is already out of range, but does APBR still get enough time to secure this objective? 4 members of ONIC still trying to go, but they're gonna focus on the fight! James Banks picks up first blood! Kirk uses the Revitalize, but is it enough to sustain the damage coming through for APBR? They're gonna transition. They no longer want to go for the commit, and they might have spent a bit too much time!
Oh, overcooking APBR. But I do like the idea coming up from James Banks to jump onto Super Prince. Once he saw that Super Prince already used the second skill to shatter, and but that meant that ONIC were able to turn it around because Kirk survived. And I like how Kirk is playing. He is surprisingly masterful with this Belleric.
Whoa! Okay! I did not expect Gatot Kacha Matilda to actually pull that off, but it seemed like Super Yoshi was already kind of low, but Super Prince! He gets to find a trade for ONIC.
So that confirms it. Getting hit by a meteor to the face actually hurts.
Yup. Almost point blank in there. Very hard for Escalera to get out of there, but all things considered, APBR taking out Super Yoshi first. James Banks is level 7 at this point. It's already has his first kill. I think this is really decent for APBR. They should not panic. I think that they have a lot of ways. King Kong overextension.
KOG will not connect, but they still get to reach King Kong, and that's gonna be enough to pull out the damage. Wrath of Giant from Kirk. He's just gonna try and run away, but he still forced the chase. They're not. Super Yoshi 2 within range, and that's gonna be it for APBR. They might get a chance at least reducing some HP of this turret, but they're not gonna go for the turret! It's still the kill that APBR wants!
Gotta give it to APBR. They know exactly what they need to do, and they are pushing the pedal to the metal by playing full aggro. 3 kills for James Banks.
You know, the butterfly effect of that aggression coming out from King Kong when he tried to go for that steal on the Crammer, was able to do so. But APBR have already gathered themselves, was like 4 members in there, taking out King Kong, then eventually poking Kirk, forcing the Wrath of the Dryad. That when now the fat wave of minions in the bottom lane that should have been for Kirk to farm, he wasn't able to get when he tried to desperately get the farm and defend the turret. What happened was he got killed. He did not have the Wrath of the Dryad. All that stemmed to the fact that King Kong overstepped and tried to steal that Crammer.
This is like the first time I'm seeing a Hirara being chased down so often.
Yep.
It's not common to see the Hirara not being able to escape.
Yeah, usually she's the one doing the chasing down. Let's see who's going to be getting this turtle. APBR still looks good for them. They've gotten to take their condition for the early game. Now can they smoothen it out? Shizo's not going to be here yet. While ONIC have now sent Severo here. It's 5 versus 4.
Okay, Divine! Binding already used! Super Yoshi doesn't catch anyone! But our APBR in position. Lassie already using the Circling Eagle, but it's still King Kong who secures the objective! Escalera with the Revitalize, they're just trying to run away! There's no Divine Binding! But all members of ONIC are trying to go for the chase! Escalera finally falls, doesn't even get to use the AOG! And that's 1 member down for APBR!
Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Shizo has pushed. It was Kirk with a great use of the Wrath of Dryad to stop James Banks. He got taunted by the Belleric.
Yeah, all things considered, only losing Escalera, the turtle, but them gaining farm on the Melissa and the push up top. I think that's actually good for APBR.
It's another re-engage from APBR, and with James Banks at the front, they get to reach Severo! One of the best targets that you could find! And they're still gonna go for it! They want more, but it's just JM Pinkman now! They're not gonna force the fight!
Now it's absolutely a win for APBR. The turtle and a kill went in favor of ONIC. But overall, the map is turning APBR because of that trade. They took out Severo. They pushed the top lane. Shizo is farming quietly 4.1 thousand gold at this point, catching up to what Severo was able to achieve. And James Banks already ramping up 4.6k, getting the War Axe very near his second item. This means that the third turtle, APBR, will have a very strong contention in that.
Wow. This is just such an efficient trio mid-rotation from APBR.
Yeah.
You don't even get to pay attention to Shizo anymore just because of their movements across the map. ONIC can't keep up.
Mid Mathilda works. It does deal a lot of damage, but you need to have a roamer with it that can clear waves fast. Tuss's Blast, and even without it, the Gatot Kacha has some damn good wave clear.
James Banks is level 11 at this point, and they're already going to the jungle of ONIC.
Again, it's King Kong. Who do you want to go for? Unbreakable still charging. Shizo using to go away. Now King Kong can actually somewhat try to escape, but he's still trapped. He's in the middle of 3 members, now making it 4. 4 members of APBR with the immobilize. Can it be enough? Not with the Circling Eagle present for Lansing.
He doesn't get away, but if you need any proof that Hirara is busted, that's it right there.
That's it right there. It takes 5, but they do take on the turtle. They will lose their bottom lane turret, but they will gain more ground when it comes to controlling the jungle. James Banks already working on the orange buff that should belong to King Kong. They will not be able to push mid, but at least they are applying the pressure in the side of the jungle of ONIC.
Heading into today, 9 out of 10 games, the team that got the first turtle won it. ONIC got the first 2, APBR got the third, but it's APBR in the lead. And I feel like it's because it looks like they saw. Whoa, JN!
Oh no.
He got the last hit!
Oh, Mr. 50-50. Looks like he is on the better side of that 50-50 right now.
Yeah.
Actually, almost, on the same level as King Kong right now. And it will take a lot of work for the Hirano to come back from this game. 1,000 lead for AP BREN. They don't have the purple buff on King Kong when the time that the Lord will be up. So ONIC needs to make a play happen maybe around 30 seconds before the Lord spawns so that they will at least regain their momentum.
Yeah, okay.
Slow reading of your rotations, but AP BREN have made themselves very surprising and overwhelming for ONIC to handle. Still, ONIC now have gotten on the board even more with their towers. It's even. They've been able to play the macro. AP BREN has had to sacrifice a little bit of that to get the wins that they've had. Wow. It's very close in gold. You can still turn things around if this is ONIC. Severo has a Sky Piercer. AP BREN, as this game goes on, needs to be more and more careful.
Yeah.
Once stack starts rolling in, it's not going to be good.
Yeah. I think the response coming up from ONIC, they have just mirrored what AP BREN was doing, letting them push, not giving away any kills afterwards, and then just, lick their wounds and get the scraps that they can. And quietly out there, Severo is leading versus Shizo. And you also have Hirano coming out from Kiko with 6.3 thousand gold. Not too far behind James Banks. Even all things considered, I think ONIC found a way and contest this first Lord.
Yeah.
So Lord number 1. Escalera and Kirk both have to revitalize. Here comes an entry.
There you go.
What?
That's another attempt from Lancey, but they all get revealed by that Astral Echo. There goes the Star Shutter, but it's enough time. James Pounds just goes for the objective, and they might still consider a bit of a skirmish, but they won't. They gotta keep it safe. They already have the Lord on their side.
Oh, great Lord Dance. Lancey leading that charge literally with the circling eagle, calling out James Banks. And the thing with the Lucas is that if you pop your ultimate, you're immune to crowd control. So he easily got back to the turtle. The Lord. While Shizo was working on that Lord, and he was just there to collect and drive by to get that retribution off. What a great Lord that's coming out from AP BREN. It was very smooth.
Very easy looking zone out. Circling Eagle, get that Sacred Beast out, and then now ONIC at 100. Oh wait, are we gonna fight? And they didn't even need to bring the Sacred Beast out. It was just a threat. It's a threat of them doing something that stopped ONIC from fighting.
Yeah, you already forced out a reaction with just that. But ONIC, have already used the Divine Binding even before the Lord gets close.
I feel like that's the second one that we've seen miss in this game.
For sure. Oh. AP BREN are getting into the heads of ONIC, specifically for Super Yoshi. Right now, fleeting time as well as the immortality, we're not seeing the potential just yet.
See, whenever he goes in for the dash, you gotta expect that Circling Eagle. Escalera, though, with a follow-up AOG, gets caught by the taunt with the Wrath of the Dryad, but it's going to be okay. AP BREN take the base turret in exchange of Escalera. They gotta disengage, though. They could not push any further.
Wow, there is a discipline where you sacrifice some of your HP again to force some reactions from your opponents.
Oh, the Purify was a bit too early. I think we got to see that.
Oh,
but the response from James Pants, who together with Lancey, they're fighting this even if it's just the two of them, and it's gonna be a shutdown for Severo! He picks up a double kill. Purify forced out on Lancey, and Super Prince gets to take him too!
We were just talking about discipline, but for a moment AP BREN slipped.
Oh, I was about to say, in the bottom lane siege that AP BREN did, they sacrificed some of their HP to get a siege, to get a push. And it doesn't look disciplined because you're aggressive, but it is. But now, in the middle, when you see JM Pinkman sacrificing himself, ONIC just got three kills.
Oh, that hurt. It's looking like a very expensive decision from AP BREN now. They lost the base turret too, when in fact they could have just kept the pressure going.
He could sense that James Banks decided to go in for that just so that they could balance things out. They saw a good clear line towards the Brody, but it's a Brody that had the Belleric around it. Kirk didn't have the Wrath of Dryad, but that revitalized, kept him alive.
And also the Wind of Nature that was available there for Severo.
You're right.
That was one of the good plays that he was able to do against James Banks. James Banks felt very confident diving into Severo because he knows that the Sky Piercer alone will not be enough, but Yoshi overstayed, and now Escalera.
Yeah, he's not gonna get out of this. He does go down before the fight even breaks out, but Super Yoshi, do they still want to re-engage? The Lord is up, and that's already one member from AP BREN who will not be able to participate.
Fleeting time, by the way, for Super Yoshi. So look at the timers go so quick for Super Yoshi. Find that red pie chart. It will now be available in just a few seconds.
Severo has stacks on that Piercer. And we've seen many times in the past few months how quickly that can chain together. Looks great for ONIC. AP Brenner down one.
Falling Star Moon doesn't connect. Lancey goes straight for the back lines. It's Severo that James Pax actually wants to go for. But the Winter Crown timing wasn't enough. Severo picks up a mega kill and it's ONIC going for the cleanup. Another Winter Crown for Shizo, but it's just going to be a double kill for King Kong. JF Pinkman, he's all alone. It's a triple. King Kong and the rest of ONIC have only left Escalera to defend.
Perfect wind of nature by Severo to keep himself alive. Escalera cannot get close. That's it for game one.
Imagine being in control.